My first panic attack hit me at 30,000 feet in the air. I was on my way to Columbia, South Carolina. Everything was normal as it had been. I've not had that before. And about a half hour before landing, I suddenly was like thinking I was going to die. And I didn't have a language for that. It was very, very frightening. And as soon as it passed, I was left with a dread because I didn't know how that happened or what would happen if that happened to me in the middle of a business meeting, or what would happen to me if I was driving my car. And as much as I prayed during that event and asked God to take this from me, I was completely out of control in my mind. Whoa. And that began a season of my life where my mind was not in order, where the sound mind that Timothy talks about, that Jesus gave us, was not sound anymore. The road was bent, and I didn't know how to get off of it. That is what my story about anxiety is about. And over lots of time and diligence and effort towards understanding myself in relation to God, that anxiety, I've figured out how to disempower it. My identity is more rooted in Jesus than it ever has been. And in that, I've learned. Many of us in the Western world are totally disconnected, not just from God, but from ourselves. And when we're disconnected from ourselves, it creates a soil for anxiety and panic to grow in. And if you add that to the pace of life that we tend to live at, well, now you've got a recipe for action. And if you don't take action, that will own you. And I can tell you, I've been owned by it. I was on medication for anxiety for a while, and I travel with a prescription with me just in case, and I no longer need to do that. Thank Jesus.